would like a nice high vantage point. Oh my gosh. Hello everyone, Thoranx is here, and welcome back to No Man's Sky, where I haven't done a lot of work on our little creation. I am going to let... Actually, I've done really no work in between the last episode and this one. I'm going to let everybody see the lights from a distance. Very cool. Definitely stands out. I think we have to keep the darkened roof sections, but maybe, because some of them are silver and some of them are not. I don't think it matters. You can't even really see the red on the inside until you get right up on it, so does it matter? I don't know. I don't know. If only there was a way to... snap the squares and the tiles in a vertical fashion and get a bit of a wall. I'm not certain. So from a distance, we're gonna do another flyby again, and then I promise we'll get to the source of it. I mean, that looks good. That looks like what we want. I'm overthinking it, and you know, I never do that. Well, we're gonna move right along and actually start looking at all of these wonderful places that have been visited recently. But hello, we have some right next to us that have not. So we've got this zone here, Korvax, 2-star economy. It's right in this little cluster. It's part of the Horliary Void, so we'll just stick with that for now. We'll just go there. I think this is relatively important. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, it's time for a space battle. Look at this cute little ship here. How epic is that? Should we defend it? Okay, let's defend it. I think that's fair. Anybody that would steal from other sentient races when the Sentinels have destroyed as much as they have already, that's not a good person. I mean, you know, not to say anything about other travelers, because, well, travelers sort of have their own challenge. I think if a traveler chooses that life, they should get a pass. Maybe that's a cop-out. But I do think that other life forms like the Gek and the Korvax and the Viking, they need to seriously stop fighting already. They'll never know the burden of being a traveler, of being first or last. They'll never know. Look at some of these planets. Oh, we haven't finished. There's one more. One solitary one left. Oh, two. Hush my mouth. Don't shoot the ship. Careful. Make sure we shoot the right one. Hostile ships defeated. Do I want to land? I'm tempted to land just to see what class it is. Ooh. Are you kidding? Look at this planet over here. I can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere without running into interesting planets. I want to look at the snow planet. I want to look at this tropical planet. We do need to step back from construction every once in a while, though, because we can't do all of the same thing all the time. That just doesn't help anybody. It increases burnout. We have time. We have time to put together the things that we discovered in the last episode before we get to more of it. In the meantime, the weekend objectives really help us. Oh, 15 wiring looms. I like that. Not that we need them. We don't. We decidedly don't, but it's okay. Should we speak to... Who do we need to speak to? Iteration Tethys. I kind of like this one. Hi, hello there, hail traveler. Has your exosuit been operating at proper capacity? No, not really. I've been hearing strange noises from my own suit, almost like it is whispering. I have heard some weird noises. An associate of mine went to Korvax space to complete an analysis of our signals, but they've not returned. Will you go find them through the portal? The knowledge stones should show their path. Oh. Okay. So are we not... we're trying to find them, or an anomalous system? Have things changed? Well, the reason we came to this yet undiscovered system was to hopefully get some time exploring on another planet at the same time as knocking out our significant mission. Unfortunately, not going to go to the rainy planet. No, we are. We are. We're just going to detour. And I know, I've heard it. Distractions, yada, yada, yada. But let's not to diminish the importance of staying on task, because it is important. I mean, come on. Are you really going to see this planet right here, this one, and say, meh? Why is it doing that, I wonder? It keeps putting the sun... Okay, first of all, let's move the sun over here, shall we? No, I like the way it is. Why does the sun have to change? I don't know. Why does the sun have to change? That's pretty good. Pretty darn good, actually. Realistically. You're going to see this planet, and you're going to say, oh, no, we have a weekend mission. We could not possibly stop what we're doing and stare into the fire a little bit and see what we see. I challenge that sentiment. Look, it's got continental structure. There's a bit of an archipelago, a frequency of lakes. To be fair, there's a frequency of lakes. The ocean is just beautifully colored. The atmosphere looks to be a solid sky blue. No teal. The water is very teal, though. The grass is as green as grass gets. Okay. Sort of a higher sea state, though. There are, admittedly, a lot of lakes. Let's go see what the flora looks like. The weather, the fauna, all of those things. Sandy beaches. Okay, so there are storms here. It's a little blistering hot rainstorm going on. And it's going to impede our ability to survey the area. Large landmass. Divert to the right. Okay, swing around. Climb. Alright, let's turn around. It's a beautiful rainbow. Too bad we can't see much else. I wonder how long we would have to stay here to get a visual on this most interesting planet. Ask and you shall receive. Beautiful. Let's land up on this peak, please. I would like a nice high vantage point. Oh my gosh. Usually mild. Okay, sentinels are enforcing, but usually... Oh. Oh my goodness. Look at this place. So it has the odd sort of outcroppings. It does. The trees are a tiny bit unusual. Ooh, look at that. Ancient plaque. Oh gosh, I can't really deny that. These cut landmarks. Short green grasses, like a golf course, right? And that sky blue sky. Now look at this. There's your photo op. Talking alien plaque between two wild giant star bramble on this kind of planet? Alright. The strange stone marker imparts the wisdom of the Korvax echoes to those who desire it. I do not know what dialect it speaks, yet somehow I understand the story of those who once worshipped here. The Gek destroyed worlds. The Sentinels struck back. The technology of the Korvax was used to destroy the machines we've venerated. There was endless disconnection. The convergence shook with great despair. I'll take help with language. My knowledge of the Korvax convergence increases. This is pretty cool. I'm not seeing a lot of flora as of yet. Aside from the weather, you know, I don't know. There might be predators here. There could be predators here, but 0032. But there is definitely not any weather. Let's go ahead and commit this system. Rename. Fire 1, 32. We'll call it temperance. Oh my goodness. Sunset? Okay, so admittedly it's not perfect, but I mean, what is? What among us is perfect? Perfection is, as they say, the enemy of good enough. And oh my goodness, that's right, we received gifts. We were lucky enough to meet up with a fellow traveler while we were assembling our structure, and we've got a few gifts. I had completely forgot. So, I don't think we're going to process the hexite just yet, even though that was given to us as a gift for some nanites. The ferrite dust and the pure ferrite, we don't really have room for those. We do have the pulsing heart node, so I think, even though I love our new ship, I think, oh, and the nebula. It's rather nightly-ish. A little gray, a little light. All in all, dark sky. It's not bright. Very cool system. Very cool planet. I also saw a snow planet that seemed pretty interesting as well. With blue water and seemingly blue skies. Sorry, that noise. We might just have to stop and explore everything here before we push back. I mean, you gotta take time. You have to take time. Let's go ahead and... We have one more room for our pulsing heart node, which was also given to us by a traveler. The pulsing heart node came from Madman. Insufficient nanites. Right, that's okay. We have like negative nanites. I guess we should travel in the nightmare in space for a little bit. But alas, all of this sightseeing, we still have someone to save, and it looks like they're going to direct us. They're going to direct us to a very cold planet with activated copper. Let's go ahead and we'll call this Paradise. Well, that's too on the nose. Paradise almost. So we'll get to explore this system for a bit. I think we should likely warp in our capital ship, the Relentless. That way we have access to our exocraft while we're here. I guess we don't need to head directly to the marker, so maybe we should head for a section that's part of a large continent, sort of a lower sea state, or at least a less varied terrain here. Not many lakes, although, you know, being that it's cold enough to produce activated copper, that's not entirely surprising. Ooh, blizzard detected, and it is an intense one. Oof, it's shaking the nightmare in space pretty good. We're gonna have to reverse thruster. Let's try to land on top of this plateau. Oh, is the blizzard clearing? Wait. Or no, it's about to start. Maybe up here we'll be out of the worst of it. Look at the height on some of these plateaus. Some steep elevation changes here. Raging snowstorm. Indeed it is. You know what? Let's reserve naming it for the time being. Instead, let's go ahead and scan for a monolith. Where are we at? 4 minutes. I think we'll just fly. It's not going to be much to see in this storm. And we'll just be pushing our hazard protection for no reason. So instead, we'll try to fly here in about 15 seconds and see what sort of terrain crops up in our way. Seems relatively flat until you run into a plateau, which they seem to be massively high and flat with very, very little in the way of a slope to them. Oh, ooh, storm crystals. Land. I need them. I don't know why I need them, but I do. Oh, and no sooner did I speak of flat terrain than I actually get down into it. And with my new visibility, oh, what a tremendous planet. Tremendously frozen and horrible, my goodness. Where are our storm crystals? We saw them. They were close by. These are all very far away. Nope, there they are. It was a cluster of them, yes. Oh yeah, 7. Terms that I accept. I accept those terms. Let's go ahead and review our Korvax words of the day. Nope, just kidding. We don't get to learn any Korvax words. Instead, we're learning about the glyphs required to find our destination. I was trying to think of the word for it. I don't know if... I was going to say an anomalous planet, but I don't know if that's the case. That's generally the case, but I'd hate to take it for granted that that's always going to be what it is, and then it not be that way. Let's look at the visitation of yeah. Whatever that is. Korvax entities escaped slavery. Korvax echoes share this knowledge. Be free. 2 stone blocks slowly revolve on the base of the monolith. 2 beads of red light then trace images on each one. The red lights then pool together and liquefy in an indentation below. The closer I get, the more agitated the red pool becomes. The images both show masked electronic life forms. The first shows the life form absorbing power to break free from its shackles. The second shows it hiding from its captors. We want to help them break free. The red liquid surges into my multi-tool. It materializes into a technology blueprint. Did it really materialize into a blueprint? Or... yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Unless it put itself directly onto the... yeah, no. It's a blueprint we already had. Fair enough. The sun is setting, and the raging snowstorm rages on. 8 minutes by atmospheric flight, so I'm thinking we're going to slingshot around and get to the day side of that Terminator. Or hopefully we can get out of the storm. Look at that. Done as if by order. Punching through the atmosphere. It's still pretty thick. Look out! Plateau in the way. Cut to the right. Alright. Descend. Yep. Nice clearing to land at. How did we not get to the day side of the Terminator? But look at the terrain here. How very interesting. And here we have a little minor colony. Let's go ahead and end up in here and just see what we have. Let's just see, shall we? What might you be? The molecule harmonizer. Ooh, A-class. I mean, you know, it's about the same as what we got, right? You know, if I do a compare, it's going to look awful similar. Funny how this one has... oh, it's because of the blaze javelin on it. Yeah, I'm not necessarily into that. I know we could add it to our collection, but... and do we need to sell anything? Because I don't necessarily think we do. Although, maybe we could sell these storm crystals. I keep hoarding them and thinking we're going to find an excellent use for them, but the truth is we may never find a use for those. And if we look at the components for sale here, we can see drop pod coordinate data. One of them. Oh man, once upon a time. Okay, it's been fun and exciting, but ultimately the real reason I came over here was for the salvage data, right over here. Because I don't know what's the future holds. I don't know what's on the horizon. But I know that I want to be prepared, and I want to have enough salvage technology to be prepared. S-Class Toxic Protection Module. That's gonna be some nanites. It's good. I think there's a special name for this planet. It just hasn't arrived in my head yet, so we're gonna think about it. But the monumental gateway does whisper to us, and we're gonna input the glyph sequence, and without further ado, we're gonna check out what sort of system requires our help today. Let us go. Threatening sentinels. Ooh. And a planet of the rings. And predators. Oh my, things have already gotten squirrely. More predators. Let's hop in the nightmare in space and put a little bit of distance between us and this portal. I'm not necessarily worried about predators, but I also don't necessarily want to just start a fight right at the portal as soon as I show up. Does anyone else arrive here and think they've entered pilot wings and need to start flying through these? I mean, I'm not sure how many we need to pass, but look at that. Purple sky, purple nebula. Looks like fun. This portal is a little bit far away. A little bit away. Let's go ahead and, yeah, we need to... Oh, yeah. Significantly far away. Let's find out what our required material is, because it might not be so bad. Perhaps it's something we can make quick work of? Is that an unknown grave? Oh, it is. Look at those colors. Those are fun. Oh, have we some markers here near everything? Oh, won't that be exciting? Did a traveler do this? There is evidence that a multi-tool was fired upon the fallen friend of Tethys. Their analysis never completed. Around the grave, corruption spreads, demanding its tribute. A mossy growth coats this grave site. Its tiny leaves wriggle excitedly when I move my hand closer. 90 leopard fruit? Collect sweetened compost. Oh, well, they've really outdone themselves this time. 90 leopard fruit. Not going to be an easy task. I suppose if we stay near here, maybe we can get the sweetened compost more than once? Well, now I'm wishing a little bit for all those predators again. Although no, if it's sweetened compost, the predators aren't going to be the ones that have what we need. We need the prey. Alright, I suppose we can go head to this other marker and just see what's available. I don't know how far away it is. I don't think it's that far away. It could be a spawning location, or a crashed ship, or something else really neat. It is a base. Oh, you don't say. Oh, I see it. I see the feeder, the collector. Oh. Is this the area? I'm not seeing any fauna nearby. That makes me a little sad, although I'm tempted to put some of it in here and just see what happens. No. So this is the beacon. I will take one and just see what happens. It's possible we could be spinning our wheels over here. Listen to that eerie noise. I don't see a reason to stay here. I want my compost back. Alright, let me in. Nutrient processor. Could try to make some more compost. What? That's with this and faecium. No, that's enzyme fluid. Okay, let's try the cactus flesh. Nope. Let's try selenium. Nope. Star bulb. No. Faecium and other bait types. Well, we've sort of tried them all, have we not? It might be scented herbs. Yep, there it is. Well, well, well. I think we can safely say most of this can go to the freighter. And where did this can come back out. Right? Yes. Okay, so what we need to do is to... Let's see, we'll take the selenium and this faecium. We'll make some herbs. We'll just kind of hang out for a minute and just visualize if this gets any traction. I'm about ready to leave this place, though. To be quite... Huh? What the heck is... Oh, Sentinel. Hello. Who might you be? Cold-blooded. Pheromone sac eats insects and grubs. Well, that does not help us. Not even a little bit. Look, we have a lot of bases over that way, and another beacon. It's entirely possible, and at the same time highly unlikely, but possible that this base was built by somebody who did not understand that it needed to be in a spawning zone. It's also possible, and probably more likely, that it was built in a spawning zone on another server from a different platform. Because while we are all cross-platform now, The Atlas is known to impart its anomalies onto us, the travelers. Alright, I think it's time that we depart and head... Oops. Oopsie. And head to another beacon over here. Out of the atmosphere and launch. Oh, that's the portal. Well, I guess we can check some of these other bases to see if it's old Drang's base. It says the portal is there right next to somebody else's base. Normally bases built on the portal, though, they're not so great. Okay, highly unusual. Definite points for creativity. Not going to help us out. So let's go ahead and depart. And up here we have about the same. It has the looks. It has the vista for sure. I'm not seeing the fauna. Or the feeders, or the harvesters, or any of that. And it can't be predators we're after. This will be tricky. I think this is the right time, though, to check the bases. You know, make sure that we're... Okay, hold on. So we have energy being gathered there. That looks like atmospheric harvesters. Okay, it's colored red. So a mineral is being given out here. This is more extractors and containers. This is not a place of feeding and harvesting from animals.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Well, we can check out Der Chakal's base, or we can go to Hyper Jewel's base. Let's go to Hyper Jewel's base. And I'm fully convinced, with all of the issues that we've been having connecting to other players, that there are absolutely bases that are not visible. There's just not much we can do about that. We're just going to have to press on with the bases that are visible and hopefully be able to do something. Alright, Hyper Jewel, please don't let us down. It's an aquatic base, okay. Ooh. Curious. Are those... Oh yeah, all kinds of windows and platforms. I don't really see any feeding areas nearby. Let's go nice and slow. We'll just see if there's any fauna. Our best bet might have been the red beacon base by the portal. Except it wasn't yielding. For a second I got very excited, thinking we would just walk up and put in our bait and everything would start happening and we would just watch and collect and be grateful, and thank the person who built the base, not so much. Oh, look what we have here. A solar panel driven base. Yeah. With a garage and plain concrete. Yeah, so definitely not a feeding or harvesting area there. We could just land and look for creatures. But this is going to be a commitment to get this done. One does not simply accept this mission and be done with it in 20 minutes. That's not the case. So I dare say we'll come back by, we'll land again, we'll see if our round-robin trip to various areas has maybe given the fauna in this place a chance to return. I do not wish to fight the sentinels, no thank you. Okay, so there are some avian creatures, some avian fauna over there. Ever moving, pollen. I think what we need to do is figure out where the nearest fauna is, and then that accepts this bait, and then try to lure them over there. But we haven't even seen our prey yet. I mean, not really our prey. We're not hunting them, but our livestock? Yeah, we haven't even seen our livestock yet. What the heck is that? Oh. We have the airborne creatures. Perhaps it's a very low spawning ground. We have yet to even find an unidentified creature that wasn't flying or predator. This one might actually be a task. I think, given the time, we should wrap it up at this point, and I think what I will do is I will deposit into this automated feeder, and then, oh! It deposited. It threw food out. Why would it do that? Unless there are creatures nearby. They must throw it out all the time no matter what. But I did not know that was the case. But we'll wait, and we'll see if anything comes along. But we're obviously not going to complete it in this iteration. So until next time, take care.